Yeah. Yes. Yeah, good morning and good evening, both of you, depending
Yeah,
upon our time zones. So
good evening, sir.
today we are about to see how we can do the installation of your SAP. What all the prerequisite we need to do for doing installation of SAP initially at all. Whether you do installation on Linux, whether you do installation on Windows, any OS, no problem. But we have to do some of the prerequisites you need to fulfill. Like first of all, you have to select the OS. First of all, company should select the OS, which OS you are going with, because OS is the thing. Once you select it, it's not changeable. Like today you sell, we take Windows, tomorrow you say IBM or AX, after afternoon we'll say we'll take Linux. No, not possible. You have to select
Hmm.
OS only once. So today we are going to select Windows as a OS. We are going to select Windows as a OS. Windows as a OS. So once you select Windows as a OS, then you have to select the hardware also. Select the
Hmm.
hardware also. Hardware depends upon your number of users. Like some company may have only 200 end users, some company may have 500 end users, and some company may have 5,000 end users. This all depends on the company's capacity of the business. So depending upon that, you have to inform SAP, or we are going from you. Like SAP is the thing you are going to you will not purchase from any shop. Okay, it has SAP has some fixed vendors who sells the authorized hardware, who takes the responsibility of the hardware. If something went wrong, they will replace in 6 hours only. IBM
Hmm.
challenges, if anything goes wrong, we will replace in 6 hours. Anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, not only Mumbai, Delhi, or US, UK. Anywhere in the world, if anything happens, IBM will re- rebuild the system in 6 hours. That is the reason why they charge a huge amount of the maintenance every year. Whether anything happens, not happen, but you have to pay maintenance on every 1st of April. If anything went wrong, they will come and replace. Nothing, they'll take money, whole money of you. But their challenge, they will give us service in 6 hours. Okay, because of that only people pay huge amount of money to them as a maintenance charges. Like we have HP, we have Lenovo, we have Fujitsu. There are 12 to 13 vendors who sell SAP hardware, but then you have to tell them, "Okay, this is the process, this is the requirement we have. Depending upon that, they suggest the hardware. Once you pay money, you will get the hardware. In hardware, what you select, you will select CPU, RAM, and the hard disk. So depending upon your size of database, if you tell, in an old ERP, we have 6 terabytes of data. Then depending upon that, we suggest you to take some bigger amount of data, like 10 TB, 12 TB of hard drives. And depending upon that, they will give some cores of CPUs. Depending upon they give RAM, this is the RAM capacity and all. They suggest some app servers on production and single system on development quality. All this is suggested by SAP itself. Then first thing what we have to do, we have to do the partitions, C drive and D drive. That is a normal thing which everybody knows. Talking about Windows, you have to do 150 GB only for OS. Purely for OS, just do 150 GB of space and minimum 500 GB of space just to install your application in DB.
Hmm.
Application means this application, SAP application. DB account is a
Database.
Oracle, yeah. What happened? It's not working.
Oh, it's just lagging.
Anything. Okay. DB, Oracle, we have 5 databases. Oracle, DB2, MaxDB, Sybase, SQL,
Sybase.
and the HANA. Okay.
Hmm.
We have this many database. We have select any one database, and database is a thing which will never change. Once you adopt to Oracle, go to Oracle only. Once you adopt DB2, go with DB2 only. It's all management decision which OS which DB are going to use. That's it. Then we have to give 100 GB of space for dumps. You have to give 100 GB space for your dumps. Which dumps? The dumps which we are downloading now. in your system. Okay, those are dumps.
Hmm.
You have to give 100 GB dumps, and we need to download everything from marketplace. You download everything from the marketplace. What do you download? The Oracle files, Oracle client files, export files, kernel files, SWM files, SAR files, and Windows update files, Windows OS. All these things you need to download one by one.
Hmm.
Once you download, then you need to download software from SAP means what? SAP stands for
Service marketplace.
exactly. It's a service marketplace where from where you can download
Download.
anything. Okay, download anything means related to SAP only. Yeah.
Hmm.
Then exports. Then you have to download exports. Okay, depending upon the version. Kernel same release. Database software like same release. Then you download kernel client. We did na. We had this. We seen this. We have seen this. We have seen this. Everything. SW also we have seen. All things you have to download one by one. Then here you have to do SWPM. I have told you to SWPM also. SWPM also. Take SWPM also. Till 2012. Till 2012 we installed to SAP INST. Okay. SAP
Hmm.
INST exe file by which we install old systems. But now they introduce SWPM from 2012. End of 2012 they introduce SWPM. Once you launch the SWPM, the installation gets start automatically. SWPM is a version. Okay. These are the SWM the versions. SWM1 till 33. Okay. Then SWM2 till SP11. These are versions. Depending upon that which version you want, you can take always we go with N-1. Okay. Since started in 2012, they till now they reach SWPM1 SP33. What SP33 means each year from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this many years, they reach to SP33. Now come to the SWPM2. This is specially for HANA kind of things. HANA kind of things, we use SWPM 2.0 from support pack 1, support pack 2, support pack 3. Now this is to support pack 11. Okay.
So now the latest one is SWPM 2.0.
2.0, yeah. 2.0 and that too SP11.
SP11. Okay.
Okay. Now software provisioning manager SWPM. So what all things we can do with this? What all things means we can install a new system. You can rename a existing system. You can do system copy. We can do import. Import of database, export of database. These kinds of activity be done through
SWPM.
SWPM. You can do all these kinds of activity with the help of SWPM. Now you have to install OS. You have to install OS. First you have to install what? OS thing. OS means, for example, you take 2012 R2. Okay. Once you start installation, once it asks for some things, you have give everything to it. Now you have to go 20 GB swap size. Swap space is 20 GB. You have to give that space as 20 GB as a swap size. Then once this installation is done, once this installation it shows installation done successfully. Once you get the screen, your OS is installed. Then what you have to do? You have to define one network IP address. A network IP address why you use to identify the machine in hundreds of machines. Because when you go to internet server rooms, there are hundreds of servers. There are hundreds of servers, but you didn't write anything on that key. What I have in this, you have some IP address in Excel sheet by which you can say in this system I loaded this, in this system I have this. If I use this IP, I can access production database or database, anything. It's all number game. It's all number game, and because it's IP address, to city any part of the world, you can sit and access your system very easily with the help of this number. That is the main thing. And after that, once you define your IP address, then you have to define host name, domain name, like test.sap.com. That is a fully qualified domain name. Like host name means I'll give host name as test server. Okay, test server. Okay, with the domain like, now it will, if you want to go execute your name, so for this you can use test serve bitlery.com. Like any name you can give, that is become a FQDN name for you, the fully qualified domain name. Fully qualified domain name. And after that, what happened? You need to install Java sometimes. But nowadays, no require of Java because SWPM have SWPM having inbuilt JVM. What is JVM? Java virtual machine. Previous, because when we don't have SWPM at place, then we need to first install Java. Why we require Java? We require Java because when you do installation of database, it will show you GUI screen. From mouse, you can select, deselect things, options. It's all coming because of the Java is enabled in your system. If you don't install Java, it will install Oracle. But you cannot able to see anything, you cannot able to select anything. And it may end up in errors many times because you miss some options. Because you miss some options. So this is why we use SWPM only. Nowadays we have inbuilt virtual machine, we got a GUI screen to do Oracle installation.
Okay.
And main thing, you have to install database at first step. You have to install database at first step. Database means what database we use? We use Oracle. We use Oracle. So what we need to do? First of all, we need to install Oracle database software on the server. Once you install Oracle database server, then you can run SWPM on top of that.
Okay.
You need to do SWPM on top of that. Then SWPM, once you install SWPM, run SWPM, then you have to start installing application server. Then you have to start installing the application server. Okay. Then once you application server install started, then if it found any error, it was stuck in between. If it didn't get any doubt, any error, it will go further and show the message your installation has been completed successfully. What it shows, your installation has been installed successfully. But newly built system, it has errors are bound to come. We'll rectify all the errors one by one while installation. Then only can restore installation. It takes time, not like it's not a catwalk. It takes time. But once you learn how to do installation properly, then it's good. Okay. First of all, we make VM-based system. Okay. For in our case, what we do, we'll do Windows VM-based system. Okay. with 60 GB of space and with 110 GB of space. So here what we'll do, we use OS in OS in C drive, and D drive we install database application. DBN application we can use install on D drive. Okay. So here when we do installation, we need to first install a VMware system. Okay, and configure VMware system. First of all, you do 60 GB space where you can install Windows OS over here.
60 GB space means in VMware system or in our local machine?
VMware system only 60 GB of space, hard disk space.
Okay.
We need to allocate from our disk only. Then it will automatically allocate into VMware disk space.
Okay.
Because when you create a virtual machine, you have to assign 300, 400 GB space from our physical hard disk only to the VMware. Okay. Now, Kamran, you check, did you download VMware or not? Did you find able to see VMware anywhere? Other open my mail, I sent to VMware also, VMware 15. Please download VMware 15.
Okay.
Just cross check and let me know whether you can able to find that VMware file or not.
Once we're done with the session, then I'll check.
Yeah, no problem. Then once you complete OS installation, the host name, the swap memory, network address, all this to copy. Then we need to copy software to network into target system. Wherever, like your company, when you download softwares, we download in our laptop only or desktop only. But when you want to install a system, the system is in somewhere US, UK, anywhere. 1 minute. Hey, just give me 5 minutes, sir. I got a call from my manager. Just give me 5 minutes, sir. I'll talk and come. Please wait, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Just 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Hello?
Yeah, hi Kamran.
Yeah, man. So, sorry, what's your name?
Partha Saradi.
Partha. Okay.
Partha, yeah.
Okay. How long did you start working?
It has been almost 5 months now.
Oh, very good. So, how many interviews did you attend?
I have attended 3 interviews
Okay.
and got selected. In 2, I have got selected,
Mm-hmm.
but I have chosen this one. The other one,
Oh,
they have given me the offer letter very late.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And how about you?
Man, I just started SAP, so it's gonna be
Okay,
a
okay,
while.
okay. Now, previously, what's your background?
I did a little work in Linux, man. Linux VMware.
Pardon?
I worked a little bit in Linux VMware.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, and the company wanted me to learn shell scripting, Python, this and that, because IT they force you to learn a lot of stuff. But
Yeah, yeah.
coding was not my field, so I was like, I'll go SAP. I don't want this.
Okay,
It's too
okay,
much.
okay.
Yeah, I don't like coding, man.
Okay. Okay. So you are basically from which origin? I mean, yeah,
Basically, I'm from Pakistan, but I'm in
Pakistan.
USA right now.
Okay, okay, yeah.
So are you doing internship or like level one? What's your job status?
I'm not doing any internship.
Okay.
I started my working, yeah, and I'm a little bit, what we say, uh, beginner as of now. Yeah, in
Yeah,
SAP.
right. Sure. Mm. Yeah, it'll take year and a half.
Yeah, yeah, it will take definitely. Yeah, to get some hands-on experience and everything, definitely it will take.
So, how many tickets are they giving you right now?
So right now I'm handling around 5 to 6 tickets a day.
Okay, okay. You
Yeah,
must be learning a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
How
they,
big is
this
your
time
team?
they, pardon?
How big is your team?
Team is very big actually. Team is almost all 38 colleagues totally.
Just basis only?
Yeah, basis.
38.
38 means throughout all the shifts.
Okay, okay. What shift do you do?
For
Morning, evening?
per shift, it will be around 10 members, roughly 10 to 12 members per shift.
Wow, it must be a big. What company is that, man?
Yeah, 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 of course, of course.
No, I'm asking
So
which company is this?
this is entity data.
Okay. Based in India?
Yeah, based in actually Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has throughout the world. It has many branches. Even
Mm,
in US also, we have offices located.
okay. So you just did this training from Sir and then you got the job?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Got trained from Rajendra itself, and I have studied for after training. I have studied for almost 3 months again, and after
Yeah, a
that,
lot of stuff.
yeah, yeah. And after that, I attended, started attending interviews. Yeah,
Okay. So after training, you took 3 months and then you started attending the
yeah.
interview.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
But we need a lot of practice actually.
hmm.
We need a lot of practice, and whatever Rajendra is saying as of now, it's nothing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I
When
know.
we start
This is
working,
just an this is just an idea.
yeah, 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 just an overview of SAP, how it works, and that's it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm back now.
I
Okay.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you have some idea how to do the installations. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this we discuss just about Oracle kind of thing. Sorry, Windows kind of thing. Okay. But when you start installation of your Linux server, how to do that? When you do installation on Linux, how to start and how to complete those things, we'll see that. In Windows, we need to prepare a file system. Okay. One is slash root var tmp dump backup SAP data 1 to SAP data 5 layout folders. Like this. See. So you know, we are not able to create this file system. Okay. It is a tedious job. Only Linux OS admins can prepare this. So what we need to give them? We need to use a space like 150 GB over here. Backup, we give 1 TB, 1 TB space for backup. The SAP data 1 to SAP data 3, each of 300 GB. Okay. Oracle 300 GB. Okay. Like this, you have to specify space and give it to them. Then what they'll do? They will prepare a file system and give it back to you. They'll install OS on OS. While installing OS only, we have to create this file system. So if you don't give this anything over here, this one, dump, backup, SAP data, anything, if you don't give, it will take only slash root var temp. Okay. And whatever you install, everything gets installed. It is good for practice to install anywhere. But when you work with more corporates, companies, clients, then you have to follow these steps. Okay. And one more thing, while installing after OS installation, okay, we can launch SWPM directly. No need to install Oracle at first step. See what happened? Okay, meeting is 10 minutes. Okay, no problem. So yeah, what happened? Okay, here when Windows, what we do once we install OS, and what we need to do, we need to first install Oracle. Okay, but in Linux, don't need to install Oracle. You can launch SWPM directly. Okay, then fire the command. SAP installation will start. Okay, but in between of installation, it will ask for Oracle installation. Okay, at that time, start installing Oracle. Then once finished, start with application again. Okay, so this interview question, if you tell interviewer I had worked on Oracle, sorry, I worked on Linux OS, I worked on Windows OS, but we didn't, according to you. Then he filed a question, while you installing SAP, Oracle, so what do you install first in Windows and what do you install first in Linux? Then at that time they trap you out, whether you are lying or not. At that time you have to be confident. If you tell if it is a Linux, we have to install SWPM first and in between transfer Oracle. But in case of Windows, first to install complete Oracle installation, then only go with the SWPM and application server installation. That is the major difference on
Okay.
installation part. There is a major
Okay.
difference in installation part. Tell me.
Rajan sir, see if at all I have Windows operating system and
Uh,
already Oracle has been installed.
uh,
On the top, I would like to install again Linux also in the same system. Is it possible?
no, not like that. Come again. I'm clarifying your doubt. You tell key you have a system, server or laptop. Where I'm talking
No,
about server or
server.
laptop, sir. Okay. Server, no problem. In server we install which OS you
Already
install?
we have Windows Server.
Windows. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On
Windows.
top of that, and
Uh,
our Windows Server was installed, and Oracle has been installed in that system.
okay. Very good.
And
Then
on top of that, we can choose two different operating systems, isn't it? To
no,
work.
no, no. I said if it is dual booting is okay, no, but server we are not going to play like that. If at all, if at all you want to install Linux on top of Windows Server, then you have to use this VMware concept.
Okay, okay, okay.
Create one virtual machine inside that, okay, and you because servers has a huge spaces. Otherwise, you use AWS, Azure, okay, because all servers or Windows servers only initially, then they can change it to Azure. In Azure, we can take Windows also, Linux also. It's up to us. In a cloud nowadays, everybody's moved to cloud, so there you can
Yeah.
choose whatever software hardware you want. No, you want to install on your server only, then you have to take VMware license version, install VMware. In that, install your oh, Linux
Linux.
OS, Linux OS, then download softwares of Linux related thing. Not like then, don't come Windows because when you installing downloading things, it asks for whether you would like to go for Linux or Windows. If you tell Linux, it will give all compatible files with Linux. If you tell Oracle, if you tell Windows, if you say Windows, it will give all files compatible with Windows. That is the major difference between Linux and Windows. But as you said,
Okay,
server is installed, Oracle is installed. On top of that, nobody can install Linux because already there is one OS.
okay.
Okay, you have to format the system or use VMware on top of that. Then you can use this system. And nowadays,
Okay,
AWS played a big role in this. I have seen many companies, they have Windows servers, but systems are deployed at AWS. Just they,
AWS, yes,
yeah, just they console user password, just log into console and take your IP. They will give on AWS console also, AppStream.
right.
They give AWS console AppStream. They give a URL. If you go that, you will directly redirect to your servers, log into whichever server you want with fiber optic cable lines. They have got all fiber optic cable things. So there is no harsh in using that, but you need to pay money. Previously, what AWS does, they take monthly charges. Whether you use,
Okay,
don't use, pay monthly. But nowadays, they charge hourly basis. If a server
early, yeah.
used hourly. Nowadays, what
Yes, yes.
happen if you use server for the whole month for 10 hours only, they will charge only for 10 hours.
Okay.
Okay. So here
Yeah,
what happened?
they have deployed the convergent charging. Yeah.
Yeah, because nowadays what happened? GCP is there, Hack is there, Google is there,
Yes, yes.
GCP also come, Azure also is there. Lots of competition, but AW has major share in cloud computing because they are the leaders, they are the owners. They only started the AWS. They conquer almost all parts of the world. Now this Google entered with GCP. They'll try to overtake AWS, but not possible earlier because what happened GCP, what Microsoft does, Microsoft tells ki, if you take our product, because they use all Microsoft product only, installation and all. We go this
Yeah.
consulting. They just try to convert all the customers from AWS to Microsoft. But they're trying, but now AWS is at a top place from many years. That is the only top place now also. But only Google is a competitor. Google have many product which people are using. With the if they give free some offer good things to people, then people ultimately divert to this and they will forget Amazon one day. They'll go with GCP only after few years you see like that. And SAP or HANA also has this hack, HCC hack.
Yeah.
Okay, HANA has got a cloud computing, but it's known as a HEC hack. Okay, that is the name called hack. Hack is a name by which they do all these things, but that is not
Yeah.
so
SCC
popular.
means HEC is a HANA Enterprise Cloud, and
Yeah,
SCC.
where is HEC?
No, as of now,
GCP,
you said
GCP,
no, no.
GCP.
SCC HEC.
No, no, hack, GCP, Amazon, and this Azure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Azure is Microsoft. Okay,
Microsoft. Yeah.
GCP is Google. Hack is HANA,
Yeah.
and AWS
Yes.
this Amazon Web
Yeah.
Services.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now see, we have left with only 2 minutes. Okay. So I'm winding up the session now. Okay. So yeah, we'll winding up for today. We'll meet tomorrow again. But we'll rejoin, just rejoin for 5-10 minutes. No lecture. I just want to check that what we'll say, the files are properly downloaded or not, because tomorrow when we logged
Yeah.
in, we directly start installation. Okay. I'm log out now.
Okay.
Just log in after, because it's work for 40 minutes only. Zoom is
Yeah.
the
Okay. Okay.
problemity.
Got it. Yeah.
So I'll come out. You just log in after 2 minutes. We'll just check and we'll disappear because I have got some other session after some time. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
Fine.
tomorrow we'll start installation. Try to complete also 7 to 9. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
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 I'm coming out. Join after 2 minutes. Yeah.